Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. And today we're going to take a look at some Roosevelt dimes from 1968. But we have a big pile of them over here, and I want to talk about what 1968 means kind of at the beginning. Let's push that Denver Mint one right out of there. You see these are all no mint marks here. Well, let's bring the Denver Mint one back in. This is where the mint mark is on the 1968 coins. It's right here, right above the date. There are only two mint marks, and that is an S and a D. The other coin in 1968 has no mint mark, and that's it right there, the Philadelphia Mint version. But it's a little muddy in terms of the mint marks because 1965, 1966, and in 1967, they made no mint mark coins at all the mints. So we don't know where these particular coins came from. They could have come from Philadelphia, they could have come from Denver, and in fact they could have some of them come from San Francisco. So they were trying to kind of get coin collectors not to hoard the coins so much, and there was a coin shortage then. So 65, 66, and 67, no mint marks on any coins. And in fact, they didn't have uncirculated mint sets those years either. They just had what they called a special mint set with all the coins with no mint marks on them, not knowing where they came from. In 68, they brought the mint marks back. And here we go with this. And these are relatively hard to light for no reason that I can think of. But let's work on, how about that? Let's try that, just a kind of a soft light here. In this light. All right. So in 1968, they said, let's bring the mint marks back. So at the Denver Mint, they made these dimes. And you can see it says Liberty. It says In God We Trust here. It says JS down there. Let's magnify that quite a bit. The JS down there is for John Sinek, the engraver of these coins. These coins first came out in 1946. They were essentially the same until 1964. They were a silver, 90% silver. 1965, they changed it. You can see how shiny this is? You can almost tell that this must be some kind of special coin, even though it doesn't look like it from the front. And it is, in fact, a uncirculated mint set coin, the so-called PDS sets. And I'll tell you what a PDS set is in a second. So these are the copper, nickel-clad copper coins that they started with in 1965, taking the silver out of them because the silver value was getting to be worth more than the coin value. In 1968, they also made some coins at the San Francisco Mint. They made some proof sets. In 1968, they made 3 million proof sets. 3 million proof sets. And those would be the sets with the S in them. I do not have one of those. Haven't been able to get one. They're not hugely expensive, but they're still, $7 to $10, maybe a little bit more than that. I just haven't got one. But that would have an S here. There is a proof set coin that has no S. So if you can find a proof set from 1968 with no S on the coin, and it'll be in hard plastic casing. The no S from 1968 dime is worth $14,500. And in fact, when they went back to putting the mint marks on again, they messed up the no S in 68, 70, 1975, and 1983. All right, let's go back to the PDS thing. When they reintroduced the uncirculated mint sets, they also put some Philadelphia Mint coins and some Denver Mint coins in those sets, and they added an S penny. And this, for my money, is one of the more interesting pennies from 1968. It's the Lincoln penny, so it's the same year. You see it says In God We Trust, Liberty. You got 1968 D there, and that D that's a good D. Now this one is the San Francisco Mint, and let's tip that up and look at it. And then this is just almost what you'd call a filled D or muddy D. If you can get a filled S or a muddy S, If you can get one of these that's clear or clean, this would be worth a lot of money, but in this muddy fashion, not so much. And then, of course, in 1968, they had the Philadelphia Mint coins. So the PDS simply refers to the fact that they had Philadelphia coins, Denver coins, Philadelphia penny, Denver penny, and a San Francisco penny in the uncirculated mint set with the other Philly and Denver coins. Now, how many uncirculated mint sets did they make? Only 2.1 million, so that's kind of funny, huh? They made 2.1 million uncirculated, and they made 3 million proofs. So 3 million with the S's on them. These are the uncirculated, though, and they did not do a good job with it. See all the film that came off the plastic that these were in? So these coins have never been used, and that's why they have the shiny part to them. We turn them onto the back, and you can really tell. You can see the double bands here. You can see the double bands here. This is really as close as you can get to a full band version. This one, double bands. Ooh, not so great down here, even though this is uncirculated mint set. Not so great. But, so these are from the uncirculated mint sets. At the Philadelphia and Denver Mint, they also made regular coins. They made 481 million Denver coins. 481 million of these, counting the uncirculated. And they made 424.5 million of the Phillies. These coins, uncirculated, are worth 50 cents to $1. They're just not very expensive. The pennies, however, you can get these pennies in the PDS set. These are worth probably a couple dollars each. If you're looking for 1968, the dimes aren't going to be worth much unless you can find a proof set with a no S dime. The pennies are going to be worth quite a bit. The quarters and half dollars are also going to be worth quite a bit. So that's all we have today from DC Coin World, and one more look at the 1968 D and the 1968 Philly. And don't get fooled. If you have one that doesn't have a mint mark on there, it's going to be a Philly coin unless it's in hard plastic with a bunch of other S mint mark coins with it. All right, have a great day from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel. Leave any comments you have in the comments section.